So guys, in this video we will see how we can use various features of Android Studio. To begin with, we will see about text view, edit text and button. So uh, for instance, we have to also set the layout to from constant layout to relative layout. I will be explaining this in the later videos because I've created or I have converted this layout to a relative layout. So what it does, it will start each item from this position. So for instance, if we have to add some text view, like we have to say wrap content and wrap content. I will explain this in just next few minutes. So we have to add text to it, and let's say it's text says hello world. So as you can see, this thing started uh, started appearing from the top, from the top left corner. This is what the relative layout does. So just like I said, I will be explaining these things: layout width and layout height. So layout width is nothing but the width that we have to set for that component. Like when we say wrap content, the width is set automatically, no matter what what kind of layout or what kind of other setting that we are using. And height defines the height of the component. So when we say layout width is equal to wrap content, it automatically sets the width of the layout to the so that it matches the length of the content that we are storing inside that component. And same goes for the height. There are so many other attributes like id, which is most important, so that we should be able to access the component from Java. So let's give its id as txt name, or txt name. It actually doesn't reflect any changes directly to the view, but in the background it does so many things. Similarly, we can also add color of the text, which we have to always give in which we have to always define in a hexadecimal. 000000 defines color black. Similarly, we can add margin at top, left, right, bottom, etc. If we are setting its margin top to be 10 dp, then it just makes a margin and brings the view 10 dp down from the top. Similarly, if we want this layout to be aligned center in horizontal, we have to specify content like center horizontal as true. So it will go to horizontal, obviously. Yes, now you can see that it is center. Similarly, we also can add another attribute, center vertical is equal to true. Then it gets it gets center vertically. uh, so these are some of the attributes that I have showed you. But for instance, we don't want it to be centrally vertical centrally. The next thing that we are going to do is we are going to add edit text. What edit text is used for is edit text is used for taking a user input. It can be number, password, phone number, address, and so many things. So just like that, we have to set the width of a edit text to match parent, so that it uh, it it occupies the whole screen, whole width that as that of the layout. Similarly, we have to set height as wrap content due to the obvious reasons. Similarly, if we want that this text layout to be exactly below this label we have to set layout below property, and we have to specify the ID of the component. So as you can see, uh, the edit text is now aligned exactly to the bottom of this label. Similarly, we can also add hint like enter your name, so that you can tell the user that what he has to do. Most important thing, we have to set ID, like we have to set EDT name, sorry, my bad, ID EDT name, so that we can access it using Java. It also has some it also has some property like input type. We can set input type as date, now number. So for instance, we have to set it we are going to set it as text, so that should be able to insert both uh, text as well as number, and we have to just close the tag. Another thing, the last component that we are going to add is a button. Let's say width to be match parent and height to be wrap content, and we are good to go. And we also want the button to be below this edit text, so we are adding it. Similarly, we can add a text to the button and say hello. This will be text, and it can be any string, no matter what happens. Similarly, we can add color to we can set the color to the text, but it's obviously we are setting it to be black, but we can also change it like this, 00 ff00, so it becomes green. It's RGB, so it becomes green, but it does not look good. So I would suggest that you go with this black color. Another attribute we can add to is it's simply uh, all caps, text all caps equal to false, because we don't want that the text to be bold, like hey say hello, like it feels like you are shouting to the user, so it does not add up to the um, user experience. So the next thing that we have to also do is set ID to the button and say btn hello. The most important part is that we always have to write code after this line, set content view r.layout.activity main, because it tells Java that you have to look at you have to look at static file R. Inside that you will find a layout class, and inside the layout class you have to look for activity underscore main. If you have noticed properly, this activity main represents this activity underscore main.xml file. If we if you even if by mistake you are changing a name that activity main, it now what we do is we have to initialize all the variables that we have taken. So txt hello is equal to, we have to tell Java that hey, this txt hello belongs to can be found in this .xml file. And how we do that is simply using find view by id method. Find view by id, and then we have to pass the id that is located in r.id .txt name. So this tells Java that it has to go and find a declaration here. Then I don't know why it's text view, not text view, my bad. Yeah, now it should remove the error. The next is we have to initialize the edit text. So edit name is equal to find view by id r.id.edt name, and then we have to finally initialize the button. btn hello is equal to find view by id r.id.button hello. and we are good to go. So what we have done until now, we have taken three controls. One is text view, one is edit text, and one is button. Inside the Java class, we have declared it. We have just made a declaration here. The sequence does not matter, but it might help you to have a visualization that, hey, I am doing this, I am going in that sequence. But in practice, it's not mandatory that you have to follow the sequence. It's just how I do. The next thing is that what you want to do is when you click on this button, you have to you want that this text here gets changed. How you can do that is simply for that, when you click the button, you want that whatever is written inside this edit text is applied here. So that's why we have to set up button click listener on button hello. Let's do it like this. Btn hello dot set on click listener. Okay, it's taking its time. Yeah, on click listener, and inside it we have to we have to just create an instance. So just I will so view dot on click listener method we have to override. So this is how um, we perform the click events. There is another method that I will show you in the next in the next video. It's quite simple actually. So what we have to do now is we have to take a string name entered, and what we have to do is we have to get the text that's inside the edt name text. So edt name dot get text, and we have to convert it to string so that it does not give me an error. So what I have done is I have just defined a view click on click listener, and inside the on click listener I have override the on click method, and inside this method I have retrieved the name that the user has entered in the edit text. So I have to this is the next step. So the next step will be we have to set text to txt hello. So we can do that like txt hello dot set text, and inside the set text we can also select hello from and this string name entered. Okay, so now you can see the actual program running. Okay, so whenever I am typing my name Chinmay and clicking on say hello, it says hello from Chinmay. So this was all that we have done until now. It can you can type anything, and yeah, it accepts all kind of input. Similarly, we can if we type number, then we get output for the numbers as well. To avoid this, we can also make some changes in the input text in the input text format, and that's how it's done. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and comment and subscribe please. Thank you.